Hello everyone. Today we'll be talking about how to work with the terminal, and we are going to be talking about how to use these four basic commands in the terminal. So it'll just be kind of a brief introduction. So if you are on a Mac, then you can open the terminal by just writing the terminal or open the terminal application. And if we zoom a little bit in, then this is the terminal. If you are not on Mac, on for example a Windows computer, then you can either open the app called Git Bash, and that is installed if you have Git installed. Otherwise, you can use this command called warp. You can go to warp.dev, which is a kind of a more modern terminal that should support Windows as well. Otherwise, there's this application called Commander, which is also a console for Windows that I've quite liked. So it's kind of up to you. But anyways, when we are in the terminal, then it kind of looks like this. And so the terminal is kind of used for running programs or running commands to your computer. This was actually how you used a computer back in the days before there were modern user interfaces like these things where we kind of drag a mouse around and click on things. It actually started with the terminal. So let's talk a little bit about what this is kind of showing us. So here it says that Benjamin Hughes, that is the user. And then it says Benjamin's MacBook Pro. So that's the name of this computer. Then afterwards it says the squiggly line, which means that the squiggly line is on users Benjamin Hughes. That's like the default directory whenever you open up the terminal, at least on Mac. I think also on Windows. So this just says we are on kind of the default folder on this computer right now. Cool. So the first thing I always write when I'm in the terminal is pwd, and that tells me where I am right now. So where is this, in which folder is this terminal right now running? It's running in users/Benjamin Hughes. So if we go to this is the application that kind of shows all the different folders on this computer. Then I can see that I'm in users and then Benjamin Hughes. That means that I am in this directory right here. Okay, so pwd tells me where am I right now. Okay, another very useful command is ls. If you press on ls, it's like list, and it'll list all the folders and files that are in the current directory. So when we write ls, we ask the computer what folder and files are there in this folder here. It says Android Studio projects, applications, movies, blah blah blah, and we should see the same folders here. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to move into this folder here called Documents. Okay, and how I do this is I write cd and space, and then I can write the name of the folder I want to go into, cd documents. This means change directory to this directory or folder. A directory is the same as a folder. Okay, so when I do this, we see that the squiggly line has now been replaced by documents, and that is because right now the terminal is running in the documents folder. That means that we have actually moved into this folder now. Okay, so if I write ls, then I should be able to see assets, Flip Classroom recordings, iMovie, and so on. Flip Classroom recordings, assets, recording, and so on. Okay, so let's move into the projects folder. So I write cd space projects. And by the way, all of these commands here, you can find here where they have been documented. and I'll link this website in the description of the video. Okay, but I've talked about PWD, CD, and LS as well. So now I'm in the projects folder, which means we have moved into this folder here, and we can also see that here because it says projects. So that's like the current folder right now. And again, if I'm unsure, I just write PWD, and then I can see I'm in the users, Benjamin Hughes, documents, and projects folder. And then I want to move into one further directory, and that is the one called terminal simple. So CD terminal simple. Okay, let's take a look here. So in this folder I have two folders, animals and flowers, and I did that by writing the ls. Let's move into the animals folder, and let's see what is inside of this. So we have two files, elephant.txt and mouse.txt. Okay, if I now wanted to move into the flowers directory, then I would actually need to move one step up. I wanted to move up into the parent folder and then down into mouse. So let me just show you it here. Here we open the terminal simple. Yips, like this, and we open the animals. So right now I am inside of this directory, so I'm kind of positioned here with my terminal, and I want to go into this position here. Then I actually need to step up one folder, and then I need to move into this one so I can be positioned here. So how do I move up one folder? I write cd space and then ... Now we'll see that I'm in the terminal simple. So I should have moved from the animals folder up into the terminal simple folder. Okay, so I moved up one step. So now I'm here with my terminal under this folder here, and now I want to move into this folder. So how do I do that? If you can think a little bit about that, what I should write to move into the flowers folder. Yes, I write cd space and then flowers, I think it was. And then I can see the rows.txt. Okay, let's move on up one folder and up one folder again, because there's kind of a smart shortcut. So where am I right now? I am in the projects folder. Okay, so if I wanted to go into this terminal simple folder again, then I could write cd space and then terminal and so on. But if I don't want to write that all out, I can actually just write like this, termin, and then I can press on tab, and it'll autocomplete with the folder that has that name. Okay, and then I can just press enter. So it's kind of a little bit of a shortcut, so I don't have to write out, for example, really long folder names. I can just write the beginning and then press on tab. But if I write T, cd space T, and then press on tab, then I can see that these are the different folders inside of the projects folder that start with T. So it's like terminal simple, third semester, first day covering, and Thomas order site. Okay, and then I can just keep continue, and then when I press tab and there's only one folder matching, then I'll get autocomplete for this, and I can jump into that folder and then see that I have the animals and the flowers. Okay, so that was PWD, tell me where I am. CD, change directory into a folder. CD ... means move up one folder, and then ls means list. I can move up multiple folders by doing like this. Then suddenly, so where am I now? Now I'm in users, Benjamin Hughes. That's because I jumped up 1, 2, 3 folders. And then I can jump down into them if I say documents, and then projects like this, and terminal, and then I'm here again. Okay, so when you do the slash, it's like you move into the folder of documents, and then you move into projects and so on. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for following. Bye.